Testing, testing.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Sport Climbing Victoria Youth Lead Titles. We're here at Urban Climb. My name's Angus Cameron and we've got Sarah here.
Hello.
So we've had some technical issues to start with, but we're ready to roll now.
Looks
Sarah,
like observations just wrapped up. So we've got our athletes going back into isolation and we'll kick off climbing any minute now.
So you're an athlete yourself, Sarah. Unfortunately, we did miss the observation time. What are you usually looking for when you're observing a route, when you're just about to climb it?
So this is the athlete's first and only opportunity to look at the route before they climb it. They're essentially just looking at what are the holds, what's the style, what the crux might be, where they can get some rests in, essentially coming up with their strategy to get from the bottom to the top of the route. They'll have another 40 seconds to have another quick look at it when they come out to climb, but now they have to go back into isolation and remember what they saw. Yeah,
so I was just about to ask that. This part is probably the harder part, so they now have to go away and they have to remember the routes, is that right?
That's it, yeah. So you might see some people come out and draw pictures, or hopefully they have good visual memory, because it can be really tough going back into isolation. Depending on how long you're in there for, you can start to forget things.
Yeah, absolutely. So today the route setters have worked tirelessly to match the difficulty of the routes to the perceived competition. The route setters are honestly usually the pillar of the what you're going to see today. They're almost the most important for the spectacle of the sport.
That's it.
And they've been working super hard. The head setter's been Ryan Lindsay for this competition. And honestly, from what I've seen in the qualifier rounds, the split was almost the best I've ever seen at a lead competition, provided you've always got in a youth lead comp, you've always got first timers, and then sometimes you've got, like, in the same category, a group of people who have been competing since they were like 4 years old and now they're 16.
Yeah.
So to split for that is insanely hard.
And from my understanding, this was Ryan's first time being the head route setter?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. The routes look amazing.
He seemed to keep his head on pretty well. I was having some conversations with him today. As Ryan always does, he just seemed extremely relaxed about it. I don't know how he's kept that up the whole time, but
he's
it showed in the routes, I guess. The routes have been awesome so far.
I can't wait to see how they go on these finals. They look insane. I've been judging all day, so I've been sitting in front of exactly one route only.
Oh, really?
So I haven't gone to watch much of the climbing at all, but I watched almost 50 amazing Youth D climbers climb one route, and that was awesome. But yeah, man, these routes on the Thunderdome at Urban Climb Blackburn, they look sick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a bit of a contrast. I've had to focus on all routes at once because I've got a bunch of youth kids coming through, so very different roles from us. I've almost had to take steps away for my own sanity, because I know I'm going to have to observe these routes really intensely for the rest of the night. But I think I've saved myself well, and I'm extremely excited to see what these routes have in store, and you will get a better shot of these later.
How many of your athletes have made finals?
It's hard to say now, because I honestly know a lot of the kids, and I've had different kids at different gyms as well, so I don't know if I can consider them my athletes anymore. But
you feel invested in them,
yeah,
though.
In terms of kids that I'm invested in, honestly, all of them. Because like, I've seen a lot of these kids who have made finals pass through a lot of the circuits for multiple years now, and I find it hard not to be attached to a lot of them and care about all their performance and hope that they all just win, really. But unfortunately, it's not the reality.
For sure. We're getting a nice close-up of the Youth C final at the moment, this black and yellow number. Cute little bumblebee colours.
Yeah.
Some really nice big macro holds on that. Some sort of gnarly jewel text towards the top.
So I'm pretty sure this route was set by Emily. She was quite proud of the color scheme of it. It's quite striking, I would say.
It is.
Would you say this looks quite difficult for you to see?
Honestly, looking like the bottom section, cruisy, I'm hoping for them. Getting towards the middle, towards the top, especially where the angle of the wall changes.
Yeah.
That's going to be super tough.
Yeah, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could climb that.
And then that final move, I don't know if you can see the very, very small yellow foothold that's right near the top. I don't even know if I'm imagining it. There might be 2 foot jibs up there, actually. The yellow ones on that the wood textured wall, they're quite hard to see, but that's all they're going off for that final dyno to the top hold.
God. It's quite large.
Yeah,
So
I hope that top hold is a jug.
on the screen now, we have the Youth B route, so that will be Youth B females and males, the blue and white route that we're tracking up right now.
Yep, and this route features some beautiful snap holds from one of our event sponsors, Stacks. Those white dual texture lumps, I guess we'll call them, that are in the midsection. Looks beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite walls in the gym as well, so I'm really excited to see them get through that really steep section.
If I'm not wrong, that route seems like it would suit you the most, right? With the crimps and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, we've got an athlete coming on right now. Just hold on a moment while we check the
Looks
bib
like-
number.
I think we should be Youth B female, we hope. So this should be Paki Singh, I believe.
From Hard Rock Climbing.
Amazing.
So she's going to spend a little bit of time reading the route before she jumps on. Composes herself. It's got to be the hardest job to be the first athlete out of the night.
Definitely. I mean, but it's also nice to not be sitting in ISO stressing
That's true.
and hearing the crowd and, you know, they obviously can't see what's happening, but they can hear what's happening, and it's really easy to kind of get in your head when you start hearing cheering and maybe it sounds like someone's topped the route, and, you know, that's pretty hard mentally, especially for youth
For sure.
athletes.
And they've been in ISO since, I believe, 3:45.
Yeah,
it's
about
now
that.
nearly 6:30.
Yep, so they've been in there for quite a while.
So maybe she's a bit relieved to be climbing now.
I would be itching to climb if I was them. Honestly, I am itching to climb. I would love to
Yeah.
get on that.
You're a bit restricted in your climbing now. What's happened?
Yeah, I took a big old whip while I was trad climbing at a Rappalis, smashed my leg into the wall, and yeah, I have a broken heel, tibial plateau fracture, and a fractured vertebrae.
Better out than in, right?
Yeah.
As in outside than inside.
Yeah, that's true. People keep saying to me, "Oh, at least you were doing what you loved."
You shouldn't be saying that. You're supposed to be a competition climber.
Oh man, no, it was so good. I was having a great trip outdoors. It was my last day, so at least I got some really nice climbing in before I broke my leg.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Nice,
we've got a
getting
bit
that
of
clip.
hesitation here going for this blue crimp. But she's got the clip in now, so hopefully that gives her a little bit of confidence.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
go for
can't
a bit of
quite
a
reach it. Oh, she's got it now. Nice. And she's avoided going for that heel. She's found a better foot, but she's quite stretched out in that position. I don't think those blue crimps are very good. But she's on a jug now. But
So she's from Hard Rock, so
Yeah.
a lot of the time these climbers are lead climbers.
that is true. And they have some pretty cool wall profiles at Hard Rock, so I'm sure she's been climbing on that roof at Nunawading.
So we've got James coming up now. So James is in junior male.
Okay, junior male.
This route to me looks very difficult, even from the start.
It looks
So I
pretty
think
gnarly.
managing your pump even from the start is going to be extremely important, trying to do those moves as easily as possible, even though they are certainly not easy moves. As you can see from even just this first bolt, there's a complex sequence coming up.
Like that squeeze, the amount of body tension he needs in that position. And yeah, these clipping positions don't look comfortable either. So, we've just had Paki fall.
She looks like she's come off 5th or 6th clip, so she's rated
Yeah.
about halfway up the wall, which is a great effort from
That was
Paki.
really good. Just as it was getting really steep.
James is looking a little bit hesitant on this sequence. He's
Yep.
got to start chucking his heels up, I reckon. Oh,
Ooh,
bugger.
no.
Ooh.
Fall on
Good
the
job
first
by the
clip, but
belayers.
great catch, yeah.
Yeah.
That looked like a really tricky clipping position, and you could see that he wasn't comfortable. He was going to try and throw for the next hold and maybe clip from a higher position, but just didn't work out.
So the best thing to do for James now wouldn't be to dwell on that one. I know that wouldn't be the result that he would have wanted there, but
No,
you
he
gotta
did look a
take
bit
your
frustrated
learnings.
as he came
Yeah,
off, but
yeah.
totally understandable.
Less frustrated than I would have been. So we've got our youth Cs jumping on the wall now on this bumblebee climb over here.
Honestly, this climb looks beautiful.
So this is Izzy Rodder Hopkins, qualified in 8th place for Youth C females.
Awesome.
I would say the complexity of this route is quite high for I've never seen something this complex at this level. Usually they like to give them ladders that kind of like get, increasingly difficult as they go
Yeah.
up. But I really like the idea of making the kids struggle with the beta, the reading and the technique rather than just making it a power thing. Obviously that's
Absolutely.
important as they progress, but I think rewarding kids for learning skill at the start of their climbing is extremely important.
Definitely, and I don't think that this
Izzy
is
has a foot
beyond
slip.
them, at least within that bottom section, especially since they're not climbing on lead, so they're pretty safe to try some hard moves. That is a big move. She's probably too low to reach it, but you can kind of see the panic start
Whoa.
setting in.
Yeah, absolutely. At least she went for it in her final attempt.
That's it.
She
Gotta
looks
get that
happy as she
plus,
comes
right?
down, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. She was smiling, so I think she had a good time, to be honest. So now we got Carl. Yes. So we've actually got some fun facts about Carl. So it says that he does not train for comps. That is a fun fact about him. We've also got
Well.
Alyssa on the white route too. Climber from Bayside Rock.
Yeah, Alyssa said that she likes crimpy static moves. I would say that, look, there's definitely some crimps on it. I don't think she's going to be able to climb the whole thing statically, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe she can make it static.
Yeah, I think if anything, this route would suit her quite a bit, to
I
be
think
honest,
so,
knowing
yeah.
her climbing. It's a bit more powerful, a bit more on the arms.
Yep. And she's quite tall, so honestly, like some of those moves that might be a bit more of a dead point, she might actually just be able to reach through them.
She also looks really composed and calm right
She
now.
does. She
which
looks real comfy.
I have been watching Alyssa because I used to coach her down at Bayside Rock, and today, to be honest, she did seem a little bit frazzled as we had Carl come off the wall. But really interestingly, she seems more relaxed right now watching her on this lead route than she did in qualifications, which maybe it's just a feeling of like, who cares how I come now and I'll just climb my best.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I usually always do better in finals than I do in qualifications.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the on-site versus the flash format can make a difference as well, because I feel like if I know the beta and I see other people climbing it, you can get a little bit in your head about how you're
Yeah.
going to climb it.
Absolutely.
And maybe you start taking on other people's beta that's not going to quite work for you, but when you're doing this on-site format, it's all you. You have to
Yeah.
just rely on whatever, instincts and moves you have in your repertoire.
Oh, as we see
That was
her
really
come off, I
good.
think that might have been the exact same move as the girl before, as Paki. We didn't see her on the camera, so we're not sure, but that is the same quick draw
Yep.
that we've seen Alyssa fall off.
Yeah, so not quite sure what the score is there, but really nice climbing. We have another Youth C female tying in over on our beautiful black and yellow route at the moment.
Another hard rock climber.
We got a lot of them today.
Absolutely, yeah.
Out in force.
I would expect this from a lead comp, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's not that many lead climbing gyms.
No. Gravity Works has been on display today as well. They're a gym with bigger walls.
Yep, that's it. Quite a few athletes here from ACT and Tasmania as well.
So this is Jemima. So we got some fun facts about Jemima. We get the athletes to sign in some information in isolation so we can have some stuff to talk about while they're climbing. She says she really likes underclings, and it says, I think, underneath. So maybe not so confident, but I also like
underclings are really nice when you're holding them in the correct position and really bad if you're not.
Yeah. So Hard Rock, as I said, is her home gym, and she says her biggest climbing achievement is making finals today.
Oh, that's so nice. And she's just reached through that move that the last climber fell at. But looks like she's struggling a little bit on that hold. Doesn't look super comfy. She's going to have to figure out a way to make it stick and doesn't quite get there.
I don't think she'll be too phased for that if this is her first finals experience.
Yeah. Really nice
She does
climbing.
look happy.
That's good. We like that.
That's Joe, one of our volunteers. Just a quick shout out to the volunteers today. The event cannot be running without them. The volunteers do a great job of setting up this event and making sure that it runs smoothly. And yeah, if you choose to be a volunteer at another event, there's food. You often meet new people within the climbing industry, and a lot of the time it's a lot of the same people that are coming back. So if you make friends, you can expect to be coming back to those same group of people each time. They're really dedicated, and honestly, like, we couldn't thank them enough. I've done some volunteering. It's really fun, and you get to meet a lot of the athletes as well.
Yeah, it's honestly always a really nice experience to come and volunteer at these comps, which is why, like, you know, we've been commentating the last couple, two or three, and usually during the day I'll come and judge, you know, some of the rounds, and it's just so nice. Also, yeah, you get to know the athletes and get to meet lots of new people, and someone will bring you pizza.
Yeah, we've had pizzas today. So good.
I've just been, as I said, sitting in front of this Youth D route, and people were bringing me coffees and pizza and Cliff Bars.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cliff Bar, another one of our event sponsors today.
Honestly, it's quite a tight community, hey?
No, it's super nice, yeah.
So this is Vasilina on this route here. I've gotten to know Vasilina a little bit in the state training camps. Super determined climber. She's coached through Grit, I believe.
So yeah, Angus, you're a SCV like state coach now, right?
Yeah, I guess I
Youth
do everything in SCV now.
Yeah, it's super exciting. How's that been going so far?
Yeah, it's been really fun. We've just been trying to up the amount that we're doing at the moment, because I think in the past there's been, you know, very high quality camps, but not as often as we would like as a state body. So we've got a few more state coaches this time. So it allows us to do a little bit more, especially because we're kind of connected among different gyms. We can sort of like facilitate a little bit more through the gyms that we all work at independently as state coaches. So I think it's been really positive. We've had some really great turnouts, and we're trying to do one every single. Well, we are doing one every single month. That is the commitment.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's so good.
And we've kind of had different focuses every time, and I think they've been gaining a lot from those camps as well through the different experiences from each of the state coaches.
That's so good.
And I've been thoroughly enjoying it as well, and meeting all the kids.
Vasilina is crushing this route so far. She's looking pretty composed still through that kind of sloper section.
I think she also gets coached at Hard Rock as well.
Nice.
Bit of Grit, bit of Hard Rock.
Oh, her shoulders are coming up a little bit. Maybe she's feeling a little bit uncomfy as the route is getting slightly steeper. The holds are getting slightly worse. And that move seems to be a bit of a stopper.
Quite a blocker move, isn't it? So we're going to have a few people on a very similar position. Obviously, it goes down to count back most of the time these days. We don't really go by our timing. So Vasilina would be in provisional first position at the moment because she did qualify in a higher position than the other athletes that fell off on that move.
Yep.
So we have Noah on the from junior males on this black and purple route on this really complex and powerful sequence.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody get a lot higher than this. I think we had one athlete maybe one move higher.
So powerful. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Really good controlling that swing.
So Noah's reached a high point now.
But then you have to clip.
Yeah, geez.
Ooh.
Quite a scary move to be going for without a clip. There we go. He should be able to go.
Oh,
no.
That's pretty unlucky. Just as he was trying to get the heel in, get some stability to clip.
That would be really frustrating. He doesn't seem to have taken it too hard, though. Seems a bit more frazzled than anything, honestly. There's a smile on his face right now.
He probably felt
annoying.
pretty secure at that point. No, he nailed that hand movement, and it was just getting that heel in and a little bit of a slip. And
he seemed to maybe look a little bit frazzled, and he threw the heel up quite quickly, and that was maybe the result of the slip. That resulted in a slip was maybe the speed that he tried to throw it up. Because, doing that move with, three... Yeah, he was somewhat close to the floor. I'd certainly be unnerved in that position there.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it might have been a bit of nerves there to get that heel up.
I'm wondering how good or how bad that big purple pocket might be.
Yes.
Because
that certainly would contribute.
I feel like I know that hold, and I thought it was good, but maybe it's facing a different way, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a slightly different version of what I think it is, but...
So on to the Youth B female route. We've got Poppy coming up. Poppy's actually one of my new athletes that I just started coaching through Urban Climb.
Yeah,
She's
she
been
said
quite
her
nervous
home gym
today.
is Urban Blackburn, so hopefully she feels comfy in the gym today.
Very powerful climber is Poppy. We often joke, so I coach with Mariah, and we often joke Poppy's favourite hobby outside of climbing is soccer. And she does a lot of climbing training these days, but we're always trying to manage her soccer and being like, maybe you should skip this game. Maybe you should skip. Not seriously, but when we've got comps coming up, I think we had a few things where she had also an important soccer game coming up the same week. I don't know how kids deal with these kinds of things, but they seem to manage.
So hectic. I mean, they have endless amounts of energy.
Absolutely.
So there you go. As a climber, I probably just wouldn't do any sport that involved balls flying at me because I would be afraid that I would get a finger injury or something like that.
Finger jarring, so scary. That's why I never played footy.
Yeah.
Not because I wasn't good at it. Poppy's doing quite well.
Looking
she seems
pretty
relatively
good.
composed.
And Sabine on the UC female route, she seems to be looking pretty comfy on those holds that threw a couple of the other girls off. Definitely at the high point for this route so far. But we are starting to get into the steeper, slightly more 3D section, so it's only going to ramp up from here.
This is the section that I've been most excited to watch, where it starts to get into this really powerful Gaston, especially for Youth C kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, as she falls before we see it.
Oh, hopefully we get somebody up there.
I believe that is a high point, though.
Yep.
So really good job to Sabine. We've got Poppy coming up to the cruxy moves that we've seen a few of the climbers fall off, so we'll see how she fares.
She hasn't clipped, but all right, looking good.
Oh, bugger.
Just fumbles a little bit, and that's all it takes.
A little bit of pump there may have caused her to start winging a little bit, and then sort of peeled off before she could get the clip in properly. Seems like we've got Noah Hutchins waiting to jump on. We love watching Noah, don't we?
Yeah.
He's always got the most interesting, fun facts that he gives us for our sheets.
So his favourite climbing style is trees?
Yeah, apparently.
All right. Well, if he's
don't
good
know why
at
he's
hugging
here.
trees, then hopefully he's good at these kind of compression moves.
He says his biggest climbing achievement to date is not succumbing to the elusive allure of the speed wall. I don't know if I would agree with that, to be honest, but it's individual. So we've got Jessie on this red and white route. So we'll see if Noah can unravel this sequence on the black. Oh, he does that pretty confidently. There was no hesitation there.
So yeah, from my understanding, I think this might be the first state lead comp that we've had in Victoria that has an inclusive category for youth. And Jessie is, I think, the only competitor in that category, but so stoked that that's an option now. That's Absolutely. So good. Hopefully we'll see it flesh out a little bit more in the future.
Yeah.
But looking really good on this route so far.
This route looks awesome. With
it looks so cool. It's so 3D. It's totally not my style, but it's really awesome climbing to watch.
So we see Jessie fall. It was a good first glimpse at that route, I would say. We got halfway up. So I believe this is Laura on the Youth B female route over here. So I've been going around, I guess, the youth circuit a little bit because I coach a few athletes. I've seen Laura climbing a ridiculous amount of times, and I'm pretty sure she's from South Australia.
Oh, wow.
I've pretty much seen her at every Victorian comp as well.
Amazing.
Very talented climber. I've seen some great results from her. I saw her at Nationals last year for the first time, I believe, and since then, just about every comp I've been to, I've seen her there.
That's
and you
awesome.
can tell with her climbing as well. She's super confident.
Looking pretty good so far.
Laura Howard is from South Australia. Super confident with their movement, I've got to say. What is the lead gym that they've got in South Australia?
I think there's just one,
Yeah,
and I don't know what it is.
because I've always wondered, I thought there was only one boulder chain and now they've got urban, but I've always wondered what the lead gym is and how we keep seeing South Australian lead climbers who are very good.
Yeah, that's true.
Where are they coming from?
I ran into some a couple of Arapalis trips ago, and I asked them, well, do you guys even have a lead gym? And they said yes.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, Laura has just reached the high point for this route as well. So she's in provisional first position here.
She's still got gas in the tank too.
Yeah, she seems very relaxed.
Yep.
The crowd's cheering her on very loudly because
Really
they know what's
good.
happening here. She's doing so well on this route. Unsure whether she wants to clip or rest here. Often you can rest better once you've got the clip, hey?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can kind of like mentally take your mind off the next move.
Yeah.
And feel a little bit more secure in your position. You know, if you fall, it's not going to be a big one.
Laura's having a bit of a fight here on this move as she falls. She looked like she could have almost had a third try at it, hey? It didn't look like tiredness that peeled her off. It looked like pure difficulty, really. So we've actually got Charlotte Hogan on the red and white route for junior female. We got Lachlan Rickard on the junior male route. The funny thing with Charlotte is she is part of the group that I first ever coached, which, yeah, just a fun fact for everyone. So she's the first student I've ever coached. moved to Geelong, and I believe she's setting now. It's a strong part of the
that's
industry, I
amazing.
guess. We'll be seeing her around. Got Lachlan going for that purple pocket. So he's got the high point now, I believe, once he gets this clip.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
He's looking very relaxed, isn't he?
Yeah. I didn't even see where he clipped the draw just below where he was from.
Same one. He
Same
clipped
position. Oh,
both.
so he
Yeah.
double clipped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow. What a great angle. Gee, Lachlan's climbing very well. Very nice movement from him.
Really nice. Lots of twisting through this
Yeah.
section.
It looks so good.
But looking really composed. Charlotte apparently is another soccer player. What's up with the soccer, guys?
Quit that. Just get into climbing.
Watch out for your fingers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, soccer, you don't hold the ball inherently unless she's a goalie.
Yeah, unless you're a goalie, yeah.
So Lockie's just reached the high point of this route. He's made it to the 6th draw through that purple section. It looks like it gets quite steep and pumpy around there. Charlotte's still cruising quite nice and consistently here, which could indicate that she's feeling relatively comfortable. But this move.
This move is
Whoa.
full on. That
Yeah.
is big.
Very interesting way of reading at that there. I think if she had the span, she may have been able to jump that. I think you've really got to trust your feet on that higher part of the volume and get into the undercling.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe the foot position wasn't quite right and she needed to get up a little bit higher. But smearing on those volumes, that's a pretty big mental challenge.
Yeah. So we've got Chloe Addison now coming up on this white and blue route. But we're actually focusing now on the black and yellow Youth C female route now. And I believe this is Lucy Carr. Yes, it is Lucy Carr that we've got on the route right now.
Let's go, Lucy. So Lucy's favourite hobby outside of climbing is drawing. Now that is a safe hobby.
Yeah,
Good job, Lucy.
no broken fingers there, unless you're really irresponsible.
I'd probably break my finger drawing.
Yeah. So we're back to Chloe, though, on the Youth B female route.
Looking good. She's climbing pretty slowly, staying really composed.
She's spending a lot of time thinking about what she's doing, which I think can be a good thing on lead, especially if you felt stressed just before you pull on. Obviously, the pump will come a lot quicker, but a lot of the time I often see lead climbers rush, and I think that can be more of a result of pump than
Absolutely.
trying to be a bit more consistent.
Yeah. It looks
So
like
back
I
to
think we
Lucy
might have
here.
a high point on the UC female route
sure
at the
do.
moment with Lucy. She's getting into that kind of gnarly, steep section. The holds are just getting worse from here.
I missed the double Gaston that I wanted to see. Back to Chloe again. So we're getting to that point where we've seen a bunch of athletes fall off. So if she can get past here, she's definitely in second position if she
Yep.
can get to that big white cheetah hold up there.
Wow. Good hand switch there.
Oh.
Not
Such a
quite.
blocker
We
move.
had two falls at the same time.
Yeah. We had Lucy fall off. I missed exactly where, but she was at the highest point that anyone's gotten to yet.
For sure.
So now we have another junior female and junior male climbing on the black and purple route and the red and white route. Off the screen right now. Here we go.
So we've got Justina on the junior female route. Justina, if you're a regular at Urban Blackburn, you'll know her as a speed climber. This is the first time I've ever seen her lead climbing. She's always glued to the speed wall, so this is really cool.
Yeah. Harper's on the right. I've had a few conversations with Harper today, actually. Interesting guy to talk to. I've been trying to push my influence on outdoor climbing on him a little bit today, and he seems a little bit more psyched to be trying that, but he is probably in competition mode right now.
That's it. It looks like Justine has kind of messed up her hand sequencing. She's just did a kind of gnarly hand match on that really small pocket, but she got it done.
Unfortunately, Harper fell for a foot slip right there. He's a very mature kid, is Harper. I think he won't take that one to heart too much. Obviously, he'd be disappointed, but Harper seems to move on really well and just focus on whatever's next.
That's it.
I always love watching him climb. He's such a perfectionist.
Looks like we've got Jamie getting ready to jump on Youth B female.
Got a bit of a rope faff going on. There we go.
Justine is still
just
on.
sorted it out. Using her speed climbing power at this point now. Her fingers look very open at this point.
They've got powerful legs.
Her left hand is very open. We'll see if she can get the clip in here. She needs to put a lot of pressure through that foot if she
really
wants
needs
to clip
to keep
here.
tension there.
It's the worst thing when you're fighting for a clip, isn't it?
Really good effort from Justina.
Oh, she looks exhausted. She's not used to being on the wall for longer than 9 seconds.
She fought for that. That was great.
So we've got Jamie Wong on the white and blue route now. Very seasoned competitor, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's a regular for sure.
Been to Youth Worlds, heaps of medals at the Youth National Championships. Yep. Super composed climber. Super composed.
So no pressure, Jamie.
Yeah, sorry. At least she can't hear what I'm saying.
That's it.
She wouldn't like this.
We have high expectations of you, Jamie.
Do we? No, we do.
We know what she's capable of, so.
Yeah. I believe these days she's coached by Enrico, which is another one of the state coaches for Victoria.
Apparently, Jamie's favourite hobby outside of climbing is food.
Oh yeah, we all
can relate to that.
We've got quite an assortment of snacks next to us, thanks to being volunteers. Quick shout out again. There's lots of food if you're a volunteer, and I believe we're having 2 rounds of pizzas this time.
Yeah.
That is unheard of. So shout out to Alex for running this event as well, because he's clearly the one
brought all of us
the pizza.
together. And the pizza. Whoa, Jamie.
Wow.
Nice,
that is very
high
smart.
heel. That's going to make that a really nice rest position for her. So hopefully she can get a little bit back before she moves on. Doesn't spend too long there, though.
Very strenuous to get out of, though, but I think it was worth it in the end. Here we go.
She's got to unravel herself a little bit in this position.
We're getting really close to the point where we saw Laura fall off. Oh, that's the same move, isn't it?
I think it's the same move, yeah.
But Jamie would be in provisional first position then, because she qualified higher.
That's it, yep.
So great work from Jamie there.
I can imagine that going for that pinch at that angle is going to be super hard, because not only is that a really steep section of the wall, but they're so offset because they're really far away kind of on that stacked volume.
Yeah.
So that's a big move.
So we've got someone from Tasmania on the wall for the UC females now, Lucy McDermott. She's getting quite high up there. I'm not quite sure if this is the high point now, as she just slips off.
I think maybe that might have been the same high point as the last climber,
Very
so provisional
similar
first.
position, yeah. So we've got Kyle on this black and purple route here.
And Stella on
So we're still in the junior males.
Junior females next door.
Yeah, Stella's another one of the new people I've taken on at Urban Climb, so I'm excited to see how she goes.
Kyle getting into that kind of twisty section. We've seen a couple of people come off through here.
He's climbing very nicely.
It's looking good.
Where is he from? I've never seen him before. Queensland.
I was going to say, I think the T-shirt he's wearing is a bouldering gym in Queensland, like Gold Coast, I think. So
yeah, he's climbing very nicely.
Yeah,
it's
looking
great
really
to watch.
good.
Got Stella lining up for a big move here, and she makes it. Great job from Stella on that route.
Really nice
She
climbing.
always climbs so well. Kyle's very much got the high top on this route so far. He's climbing so well.
So good.
He's starting to look a little bit pumped here as inaccuracy sets in, but he's doing such a good job of looking solid.
He's still fighting for it.
And he's staying so low on the route as well, which is rare.
I hope there's a rest in his future.
Yeah, I don't think there will be, though, in the nature of comp routes. Wow, he just keeps on going, doesn't he?
He just doesn't stop.
Leaning this route up. I think this might be considered a bit of a rest, but this next move, this is where the power turns on, I think.
That's it. Nice.
Oh, as he gets the chicken wings out. That's actually a pretty decent rest.
Yeah.
Not for the body, but for the fingers maybe, and I'm assuming his fingers are probably a bit more.
Yeah, hopefully he got something out of that.
Yeah. He's
That
pressing,
is a hard
pressing.
position.
Wow, he's just stopped there. That would be so intense after all that climbing.
Impressive.
Oh, he's trying to chalk up, can't find the bag. There it is. There we go. I actually have high faith for this. He's climbing very well. It's been great to watch so far. That press, he's got an iron cross position
and
going
the
now.
hip mobility. I was going to say, that looked like a hard position to get out of.
Whoa. All right, he might have a breath here. His body might have time to relax, but the fingers are back on.
I don't think he's going to stop.
Oh, he actually looks very good right now, doesn't he?
He does.
Oh, no. Curse my jinxing. That was amazing. He'd have to be happy with that one.
That was so
The
good.
crowd loves that. That was amazing. He really fought to the end there, and that's all you can really ask for. Hey.
Those press moves, super impressive. And being able to clip in that position
Yeah.
and then unwind and get a little something back on that side pull, really nice.
He just looked confident the whole time, didn't he?
He really did.
He wanted to top it. He really wanted to top it. As soon as he got to that head wall, there was no stopping him, really.
So good.
So we've got Danny on the Youth C female route right now.
She's looking pretty composed. A little stretched out, but she found a nice rest.
Danny's been going around the youth circuit for quite some time now. She's got a lot of medals to her name. A lot. You wouldn't see, but here we go. We've got Ravleen on the other wall. She's made a high point here.
We've been watching her cruise up this. I don't think she's been on the live stream much yet, but she's made that move that everybody was struggling with. She's getting into that pinchy section. She is the highest qualifying climber, I think the second highest qualifying climber in Youth B female. Taking opportunity to rest here while she can, because there's probably not another good rest on this route.
She looks very relaxed.
She
Seems like
does.
nothing is phasing her here. She's taking rests on the holds that she's supposed to be fighting on, really. Ravleen has
she was
also...
a semi-finalist in Youth Worlds in the lead comp last year, so she's one of the best.
Super experienced, Ravleen is. And you can tell as she just rests through this entire route, hey.
I think so. I think she's a really good technical climber. You can see it.
Absolutely. Danny came off the other wall at a similar spot to every other Youth C kid's high point. She didn't quite match that slug, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to be scored yet until we see the results. Raveline's got one more move to get to the top here. She seems to have just relaxed her way up this route. I wonder if she'll do this dynamically or she'll try to jump for it. She's often quite a static mover.
Jump for it. Yes,
wow, there we go. And she sticks that last hole.
Oh.
Bit of a risky way to match it, hey.
That's it. Nice, Reveille.
She was excited about that one. That was such a good route. Really well read.
So good. And the thing that some people might not realize about lead climbing in competition is that you need to clip the top quick draw to top the route. You don't need to clip it from the top hold. But in this case, I think it's probably the only way to clip the top quick draw. So you do kind of need to really nail that move and become stable in that position to get that top.
You know who she reminds me of in the circuit?
Yeah.
Jane Kim, the way she climbs. Because when you watch her climb, she seems to rest her way up routes and take it really slowly and oftentimes out. Watching Reveline just then.
Very leisurely.
Yeah, super leisurely, resting, taking the move slow, calm and relaxed, composed. Very, very similar style there. So we've got Phoebe on the left, and I think we have Connor Lenine on the right. I believe that is Connor. Connor as well has been around the circuit a lot recently. I've been watching him at some of the comps. He's such a good lead climber, so composed. It's interesting. He's got a very outdoor-esque style, but I think he likes to focus on competitions.
Yeah, interesting.
Quite slow, composed, likes to rest a lot, very relaxed in his climbing, likes to dangle below the holds quite a lot.
Nice.
Doesn't use his arms too much. I mean, that is the characteristics of a good lead climber, isn't it?
Good way to be,
yeah.
And Phoebe as well, seen them in quite a few comps lately. Frequently in finals across both boulder and lead.
Absolutely. I've gotten to know Phoebe as well through the state coaching. Such a good character, honestly. Always like to have a chat about outdoor climbing as well, so that always corresponds well with me.
And we've just had Phoebe come off the wall, off camera. A similar position to where a few of the other climbers in their category have come off. So not quite sure of what the position would be there, but beautiful climbing.
All right, we've got Connor still on this junior male route. And I've got to give a quick shout out to the left. We've got Marley on the Youth C female route. We won't see her on camera, but she's one of the kids I've been coaching for quite a while. Keen to see how she goes. But right now the focus is on Connor, and he is very cruisily walking up to this head wall, isn't he?
It's looking good.
He's resting his way up quite a lot like Raveline did.
Yeah. Interested to see if he goes through that section the same way the last climber did.
Here we go. So we've got Marley on the screen now. Probably thanks to my shout out.
Let's go, Marley, another Bayside rock climber.
Yeah, first position. Oh, we have.
Oh, he comes off before that pressing section.
He might be a bit disappointed with that. I don't know about you, but I didn't think he looked that pumped.
No, neither. But I didn't see him fall, so I'm not quite sure what happened.
No, I missed it as well. So we're back to Marley again.
Sometimes people are good at hiding their pump, though.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's why he might be a good lead climber, hey.
Frequently people will say to me something like, oh, you climbed so well, you looked so good on the wall. And I'm like, oh my God, I felt terrible. Like everything hurt. Everything was super hard.
I would say that's a positive in your climbing then, hey. See how Marley navigates this dual text here. She doesn't normally climb on it. There's not much of it at Bayside. Oh, she stays
wow,
on.
What a good save.
Jesus.
Well, now she knows she needs a little bit of extra push for that move. Hopefully she's got it in her.
Let's see what happens. There could be an appeal there. I'm not quite sure because there may have been a weighting of the rope.
I was going to say, do you think
see.
she may have weighted the rope? But also, you know, that's really hard with the top rope categories because if she's done that move and the belayer takes, then, yeah, she's potentially going to wait the rope even if she caught herself.
Yeah. Huge move there from Marley. She just falls off on it.
Yep.
So we've got now the Youth B males coming out. So we have, I believe it was Ryder I heard in the announcer's voice. But I will double check that. Yeah, it's Ryder Bridges. Ryder's new to my eyes. I've never seen him compete before. He's up to this section that we saw a few people fall off, like Laura. Oh, massive swing in there. Hey, hadn't quite got that last clip in.
That's triggering.
I think just then he was going for that. Yeah, triggering. Hey,
Yeah.
Is that how yours looked?
Oh, way worse.
Way worse. Yeah, I mean you got a broken leg.
Mine was
through
way
it,
worse.
right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The climbers must be plotting in ISO because a lot of the info sheets that we have on them under the fun fact section says that they don't like cats.
Oh,
This is
what?
potentially like the
I think
fifth
that's
or
a Noah
sixth that
thing,
I've
to be
seen.
honest. Also, I do want to mention I actually do know Ryder. He was at the last state training camp. Just wanted to
Yeah, it looks like
clarify,
he's
yeah.
on the Victorian youth boulder team. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. He's been doing
Maybe a
some
future
setting
league
as well.
climber. I believe he might be from Geelong, am I right?
Yeah,
Does
it looks
say
like he
anyway?
climbs at
Yeah.
Industry
There
Boulders.
we go, yeah. That's why I don't see him so much. We've got Kira here. Kira's been on the circuit for such a long time.
Yeah, such a crusher.
Yeah, absolutely. Notice her flow when she climbs. So much clean movement when she's climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Bit more of a boulderer, I think she'd fancy herself as, but when she lead climbs, I couldn't tell the difference, really.
She also hates cats, apparently.
I reckon
they
Noah
all
did
do.
this. I think Noah did this because he always talks about cats on his sheets.
Oh, interesting.
Why do they hate cats? I like
don't
cats.
know.
You've got a cat.
So hateful, yeah. I have a adorable cat.
Do you think you could get peer pressured into saying that you hate cats if you're in the ISO with everyone?
Probably.
Maybe if you're their age.
No. Yeah.
She's got some writing on her shoes there. I don't know what that says. I just noticed that. Watching Kira's really interesting. You'll notice that she seems to stay way below her arms all the time. And when she moves her feet, you'll see no upper body movement at all.
It's actually super impressive to
Yeah.
watch. Like,
So
she's
like-
almost climbing with the bottom half of her body first.
Yes.
And then her arms follow.
Yes. It's really great to watch.
Really cool. I know whenever I talk to non-climbers and they say, oh, I don't know if I could climb, like I don't have a lot of upper body strength,
Yeah.
then you just think, well, yeah, but it's legs, it's all legs,
Yeah.
man.
A lot of great lead climbers as well really do not have that much upper body
Yeah.
strength.
I think we've got almost a high point. I think we had one other person try and make this move and she's nailed it. Yeah,
Great,
looking
so that's a high
good.
point for Kira right there.
Yeah,
I believe she qualified in first position for the junior females.
she did. Foot position here is pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
Nice
very
hand-foot
interested to see
match.
what the rest of this looks like. So I think Kira's taken first position then.
Yep, for sure.
She's looking pretty relaxed here. She's super mobile. My gosh, she always
Absolutely.
teases me about my mobility
Nice.
and the things that she can do. Oh my gosh,
Can see her
she's an inspiration.
trying to compose herself in that rest. Closed her eyes, took a deep breath. Getting her head in the game.
Whoa. Awesome commitment there. That's her
Yeah,
bouldering
really
coming
good.
out. Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's so good.
She's resting her way up,
She really is.
just like a lot of the other high climbers have done,
Yeah.
or climbers have got high, I should say.
There probably aren't a lot of rests left on this route.
What's so great about Kira is I think she would already know that she would have gained the highest point, but she doesn't care about that at all.
Yep.
It's completely about her own performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's probably the least comparative climber I've ever met, just about.
Now this is tricky. It almost looked like she was going to try and bump that move. Let's see, match on that tiny crimp.
Wow, this barn-dooring movement here is insane. And you can see some bending going on in her arms, which is unlike Kira, so very much indicates how pumped she is.
What is that? Kira!
No, this
So
is great.
good.
I'm loving this. She's always a great climber to watch.
Really good. Oh!
Oh, as she falls off. You can't blame the commitment, though. That was amazing.
That was really great climbing. Just as she was coming up to that, or I was going to say vertical, slightly more vertical, still pretty steep section on the head wall. But,
Yeah.
that hold that she went for, if that was turned the other way around, that'd be a jug, but that is a sloper, or
Absolutely.
at the very best, it's a pinch. That was such beautiful climbing from Kira.
Interesting move for Kira as well. Would have been really hard for her, because I think you may have wanted to come off the undercling there. Hard to tell, though. Would have been quite a stretch for her. So we've got another Youth B male on this as he falls off. I believe this was Alex from Hard Rock Climbing. Yes, that was Alex, who's just come off that white climb. He looks pretty chuffed with his effort anyway.
So quick break between categories. We've got next climber coming out for Youth B male. Youth B male is a massive category. We've got a lot of climbers to go on this route.
So we've got a special guest coming on in a moment. For anyone watching who's watched any of our other live streams, I want you to try and comment in the comment section who you think it is.
Yeah.
We'll leave you some time.
One of our favorite co-commentators.
Yeah.
Who I guess would be competing in this comp, except that he's injured himself.
Yeah, he did his knee. He was bouldering, I believe, and he twisted really bad when he fell.
Yeah, so we're both getting around on crutches today.
Yeah.
My little crutch buddy.
He's coming in now. I'm not going to say anything until he comes on. So we've got someone on this junior male route here as our special guest is getting organised to my left. So I believe this is Hamish. Yeah, we've got Hamish Lennon jumping on this route here. So we've got our first Youth A males. So our special guest, who is it? What's your name?
Mika,
We've got Mika back today. How you going, Mika?
I'm going great,
You going great?
but sadly I'm injured so I can't compete.
I know. Have you been working hard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
it doesn't
so
matter though.
unfortunate.
Someone what?
It was so unfortunate.
I know, but sometimes these things happen in life, hey. Makes you stronger in the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll always have next year and the year after and the year after that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been enjoying watching some lead climbing today?
Yeah, it's been really interesting.
What were you teaching me earlier? You were teaching me a new skill.
Oh yeah, because I'm injured, I had to have entertainment here, so I brought my ukulele and taught Angus how to play.
Sorry, what was that? Can you repeat that again?
Oh, I taught you how to play ukulele.
Yeah, you did. You did. Have you been playing ukulele a lot lately?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I got injured at
Yeah.
home. I don't have any sports anymore.
So this is your new hobby. You're going to learn some music, are you?
Yeah,
I play a little bit of music myself. Maybe we can join a band together.
maybe.
Yeah. So we've got Annie on the wall, Mika. What would you say? How would you say she's going so far?
Very relaxed.
Very relaxed, you would say? So this next section here, she needs to get her left hand over. Yeah, she might need to swap those hands, right?
Oh,
Mika, which route so far have you enjoyed the most watching?
the black.
The black route
Black
so
and
far?
purple.
Yeah, tough one though, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard.
I've been judging.
You've been judging?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you just jump off judging to help here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you for coming over to the commentary.
But this is way more fun.
This is your what?
This is way more fun.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, we get lucky with our commentary jobs, both Sarah and I. So we've got a bit of a split screen going on here with Annie and Hamish. So we see Annie fall off. She looks a little bit disappointed with herself there. So Annie's in our Youth A category. As Hamish keeps trucking along. He looks pretty relaxed. What would you say about Hamish's climbing so far? Oh, it's Hudson. I'm sorry. It's Hudson. Hudson Taylor. Apologies to any parents watching there. What do you think, Mika?
He's also looking very relaxed, very precise, and not unsure of his movements.
I like that. Would you say that you're pretty sure of your movements when you're lead climbing?
Or would you say, sorry?
Would you say you're quite sure of your movements when you lead climb?
If I've read the climb,
Yeah. Have we worked on that in the past?
yeah.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of that, haven't we? So Hudson reaches up to that difficult hold that provided a bit of trouble to the categories earlier. Still looks relaxed, would you say, Mika?
Yeah,
Yeah,
getting
he
a
still
bit
looks
more
really good.
tired.
So Hudson is from Geelong, I believe, because his home gym is Industry Boulders. He says he's won some Industry Boulder competitions, and it's his third time competing properly in lead, and he likes bouldering. Mika, would you say you like bouldering or lead better?
Lead.
You like lead? Can't say I'm exactly the same. I need a good teacher.
That's what I expect.
Who should I ask to teach me?
Me.
Yeah, exactly. I'll teach you bouldering, you can teach me lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like you taught me ukulele. Do you remember the song we were playing today?
Open doors to heaven or something?
Knocking.
Oh, yeah. Knocking doors to heaven?
We were playing Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Oh, knocking on
Yeah,
heaven's
there
door.
we go, there we go. Do you
I
remember
got
how
the
to play
words
it?
mixed up.
Do you remember? Yeah. What are the chords?
G, D, A minor,
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
Awesome. Shout out to Bob Dylan. I'm sure he's watching.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Not sure he's ever heard of rock climbing, to be honest. Okay, so we're well into our Youth A female competitors now. So we've got Micaiah. Leon Pruce. And she is a hard rock climber stepping up to the start of the climb now. Have you been to Hard Rock, Mika?
Yeah, I have it. The
What do you
roof's
think?
really fun.
You enjoy it? Yeah. Very interesting wall shapes, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty stiff grading too, I would say. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite hard.
Yeah, very hard. So I believe we've got an urban kid on the right. Not one of my squad kids, but part of the program. This is Leo. I was actually chatting to his dad a little bit earlier. His dad's a very experienced outdoor climber. Got Leo into it when he started getting older. Seems very, very interested in the sport, both indoors and outdoors. He's a Youth A competitor. Which of these finals routes, Mika, would you like to climb the most?
The white and blue from Youth
Yeah.
B.
Why is that?
I think I'll get the furthest on it and have the most fun.
Yeah. Is it because it's crimpy? You like the crimps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the move from the little blue one to the big slopey
You have Leo come down
slopey
there.
one.
You like the look of that move?
Which one? Sorry?
That giant move from the blue crimp to the big sloper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
So many people attempted it. Some got it.
Do you feel confident about it?
No.
No? But it looks fun.
Yeah.
That's the attitude.
Whenever
have-
anybody got it, everyone cheered really hard.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool move, hey. We have Micaiah cruising through this first section of this route. She spent quite a lot of time on the ground, which I encourage a lot to climbers to really spend their time reading the route and composing themselves. Mika, do you have any tips for these lead climbers? What's your best tip to climb at your best?
Take as much time to warm up and read the route, and then when you get to your climb, take all the time to read the route again and rest.
Yeah, rest a lot. So we've had Micaiah just fall off. That's some great advice, I would say, Mika. Because it can be very easy to rush, can't it?
Yeah.
And when do you rush? Do you climb your best?
No.
Not very often, hey. Okay, so in the next climber, we will have Mika go back off to his judging job. But if we get enough people commenting,
Oh, yeah.
I reckon he can come back. Would you like to come back, Mika?
Yeah. Chat, please get me come back.
Yeah. If we see enough big Mikas in the chat, he will come back.
Also known as Lil Pobber.
Yeah, Little Pobber or Mika, whatever you want. His dad, Big Pobber, was the event organizer today.
Yeah.
Has he done a good job? Do you know who the Youth C climber is?
Yep. That's Billy.
That's Billy. How's he going?
He's finding this cruxy section.
How do you
Quite
know
hard.
Billy?
Huh?
How do you know Billy?
He's been to a lot of the state trainings for the Vic team.
So, we have some facts about Billy. Do you want to read some out?
Billy loves overhangs.
Yeah.
And outside of climbing, he likes to bike ride.
So, on the Youth A female side of thing, we have...
Wait. Can I see that?
Oh, no, this is Youth B. So, for Youth B males, we have Blake on the wall right now. So, we are going to say goodbye to Mika here. Thanks for commentating with us, Mika.
Bring me back, chat.
Yeah, if we get enough Mikas in the chat, he'll come back. So, we're back to Sarah now.
Thanks, Mika. Thanks for
Thank you,
giving me
Mika.
a little bit of a rest. All right, what's going on? Nobody on the wall.
Wrong time to be switching. Should have just let Mika chat, hey. I'm actually going to check our live feed now and see how we're going with the Mika spam, if there has been any.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get him back on at some point.
So we have a few climbers are waiting to climb now.
Yeah, we've got a couple coming out, taking their full 40 seconds to reread the route. Getting composed. See a little bit of sequencing going on. Oh, it looks like we must have a New South Wales climber. I think that's a Skywood t-shirt. Very nice. Maybe a boulderer.
Something I was telling a boulderer today who was a little bit nervous about their lead climbing. I don't know if this is great advice, but this was my take on it. If you're a boulderer, you're obviously very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of doing the move most efficiently, because your endurance is not going to be as good as people who dedicate themselves to lead, pick the fastest option before the most efficient option.
Yeah.
And just run.
I guess if you know that your endurance is just not there,
Yes.
then absolutely.
I would never say that to someone who's trying to be a good lead climber.
Yeah.
Never.
Yep.
So we've got Lucy Armstrong on the Youth A female side of things, on this white and red route. Lucy had I think it was a sprained ankle. You can see the taping there. She came up to me at the last youth training camp and just wanted to know what she should be doing to train. For context, we were 3 weeks out from the competition.
Wow.
And I gave her a very elaborate training plan, like just in spoken word.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, her ankle didn't heal in time, so she's barely been on lead. So,
That's too bad.
but sometimes the lowest expectation yields the best result.
Yeah, that's true. If you come into it not expecting a lot, as long as you're not putting a lot of pressure on yourself to perform, then you just never know what can happen. The best climber of the day could have a foot slip down low.
Absolutely. And we did see that from a few of them.
Yeah. Or if you're just in a really good headspace, maybe if you're not physically all the way there, then you can also still climb really well.
Yeah. Lucy's looking very composed for someone who's been on lead maybe once or twice since doing their ankle.
Yeah, I've seen on a few of these info sheets a lot of the climbers saying that they don't lead climb much, or maybe they've only done it a few times since their last comp. So it seems like we have potentially a lot of lead climbers here that aren't actually really lead climbers. Which doesn't surprise me, honestly. I think bouldering is definitely the more popular discipline for youth climbers at the moment. So it's really nice to see some stacked categories.
Guys, just remember, if you want Mika in the live stream, you got to say it more.
Do we not have enough Mikas in the chat yet?
We don't have enough Mikas in the chat for him to come back.
Yeah, we need to give Angus a break at some point.
Yeah.
So, or if there's someone else here that you want to get into commentary, let us know. We'll see if we can reel them in.
There has been talk about potential of Campbell jumping on, but we don't want to get hopes too high because he is judging and doing his best in the volunteering positions right now, which is more of the priority.
That's it. We just had Lucy come off there. But yeah, if Campbell gets a chance, he'll pop in for a chat, so that might be nice. Otherwise, lots of other amazing people here from the climbing community, so
for sure.
Let us know who you want to hear from.
We might just make eye contact with somebody random who might work quite well behind here. We like kind of throwing some spanners in the works every now and then, make things interesting.
Maybe we could get a route setter.
That would be very cool.
They're out there. I've seen them.
We should try and make eye contact with him at some point.
He's tall, so if he's standing up somewhere,
he's probably jittering watching all these routes though.
That's true.
As a route setter, he's just they've pretty much just like created this entire competition. So there's a lot of nerves behind that.
Definitely.
Just as nerve-wracking as the athletes, I think.
Yeah, the route setters definitely don't just put up these routes and walk away. They will sit and watch the entire competition. They'll watch the climbers on their route. They'll see what the split looks like. They're constantly critiquing themselves. So I can imagine it would be pretty stressful for them.
So on the Youth B male side of thing, we've got Ashwin Paran going up right now. I've not seen Ashwin before. Might be newer to the circuit. Hopefully we have some fun facts about Ashwin if he signed our sheet. But he looks very good on this lead route. Very confident. As he loads up for the dyno and he just slips.
Doesn't quite get
a lot of
there.
confidence going for it then. Very confident lead climber, Ashwin, actually,
Look really
from
good.
that small moment that we watched him. Seems very composed as well, not too frustrated. Pretty relaxed about that fall. Oh, we've got Jasper coming up for the junior males, youth A males actually. He had a bit of a slip up a bit earlier. He accidentally stepped on a bolt. Not a bolt, sorry, a draw in the
that's a shame.
qualifiers, but he's still qualified for finals. Here we've got another volunteer, Richard. He's from Bayside Rock. He's been belaying. He's been thoroughly enjoying it as well. This is his second lead comp he's volunteered for. He was so excited after the first one he did. He loved chatting to the athletes and he loved seeing everyone on the routes. He just loves getting involved, Richard.
That's so nice.
So here's Jasper. Jasper comes from, I would say, thoroughbred of climbing.
Definitely.
His dad, Chris, just sent punks in the gym recently, and I was chatting to him about that. Amazing achievement. 8-year project for him.
So good.
Imagine that kind of commitment to an outdoor lead route.
That's insane. I've been up close to that route and had a good look at it. I've
Seen no holds.
I've definitely not climbed it, but
Yeah.
I've belayed somebody on it, and there's not a lot going on there.
No. So Jasper is an amazing technical lead climber. And this is Tess Trigger walking up for the Youth A female route. Another competitor that I've started coaching at Urban Climb recently.
Tess told us that she likes flat walls, so if she's a vert climber, man, she's going to have to get used to steep climbing real fast if she wants to keep competing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I feel that so much because I'm also a comp climber, and I also definitely would call myself a techie vert climber over a powerful steep climber.
Yeah, we got to adapt. We got to
Yeah,
adapt.
you do. You find a way.
Yeah, when we first started coaching Tess, she liked moving very slow. So honestly, from a coaching perspective, the start of this route has been really nice to watch, actually, as we see Jasper fall off this twisty purple section.
Yeah, it looked like he couldn't quite untwist himself in that position, got a little bit stuck.
If you got Jasper on a vertical wall, no matter the difficulty, you
Beast.
couldn't peel that kid off.
Yeah.
He's another one of those climbers. We've got both our very static climbers on the wall at the same time, or had, as Jasper fell, but Tess is definitely approaching this with a little bit more gusto than I normally see, which is really good to see. She's another one of those climbers that likes to rest her way up the route as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love to
Got
rest.
a lot of endurance.
Yep. Sequencing has looked good so far. We've seen quite a few climbers go up to that pocket with the left hand and then struggle to try and switch it out.
Yeah.
Looks like she knows what she's doing.
Oh. And on the Youth C side of things, we've got Ben Colton on the wall, another one of the urban kids. I've been coaching him since the Bayside days, though. He has been, not that he's on screen right now, but around the circuit all around Australia. And we've also got Nick on the wall, who is another urban climb kid.
Nice.
So a large pool of home gymmers climbing at the moment.
Rocking the beanie.
Yeah, love that. Boulder Bro
Beanie and
on
socks.
the lead route. Yeah, there you go.
Let's
He likes to
go.
keep warm. He knows what's up.
He's cozy.
Yeah. Sarah did just put her jumper on just recently, so
Yeah, well, the gym got some new air conditioning recently and it works.
maybe we can't disrespect Nick for the socks. Tess is still slowly moving up the wall here. Nick is moving at quite a contrast of pace to Tess, isn't he?
Yeah, he's almost caught up with her.
Yeah. we've got Ben now on the screen on this yellow slug that a lot of the kids have had quite a bit of trouble with. It's a very barn-doory section, isn't it?
Absolutely. We haven't
So
seen a lot of... Have we seen anybody get higher than that point?
Ben is quite a strong climber. We'll see what happens, but the focus is on Nick right now as he gets towards this section with the large dyno. Nick spends a bit of time figuring it out. Now we have Ben and Nick on the wall at the same time as Nick sticks that dyno.
Oh, just
see
couldn't
Ben
quite
fall off
get
there on that slug that I don't think we've seen anyone move off of.
I don't think so.
Ben looks really confused about it.
He looked super uncomfy on it, and at that last moment, it was almost like he was gearing up to try and jump past it.
He probably
didn't really want to
just gotten
commit
that
to
plus
it.
though. Hey, did he slip or did he jump?
I think it looked like he was going to jump and then potentially slipped. Yeah.
Oh, Nick's
crushing.
Still. I thought he looked in trouble a little bit earlier, but he seems to have composed himself again, and he's still trucking.
His shoulders were kind of coming up a little bit through one of the lower sections, but there we go.
I was about to say, he almost dropped his shoulders again. He almost looked ready to keep going.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like there was one section where he was maybe struggling a little bit, and then he kind of got the flow back.
Yeah.
And then just missed that pinch, like a lot of people have so far.
So, just quickly, I want to give our sponsors a shout out. So, for our media sponsors, we all do this voluntary, but we've had a few gear companies help us out with running this event. So, we've got Bird Dog, which is our PTZ camera tracking. That's our camera tracking cameras for the climbers as they move up the wall. We've got Red cinematic cameras, and they're used by our camera operators. Super clear picture, as you can see. We've got Anglebird and Netgear, and those are the technologies that make our live stream possible. In terms of our gear sponsors and general sponsors, in our platinum position, we've got La Sportiva, a company that a lot of people would know. It's a gear company. They sell shoes. In our gold position, we've got Stacks, and they've got a bunch of different holds on our walls that we've been pointing out today. We've also got Bogong in our gold position. They're giving us a bunch of prizes for today. In our silver position, we have Happy Beaner, which is a great gear shop, also providing some prizes. Cliff, feeding our volunteers and feeding your adventure. I've had some Cliff bars today. They've been in our volunteer area. We've got 5 Foot Shop, a clothing brand from Melbourne. They're providing some prizes for the athletes. And now in our bronze position, we have Chalk Up Climbing, Climbing Gems, Tension Grips, and Urban Climb, who is our host for today. So on the wall, we have Lucy Di Castello on the left, and I will have to double check who we've got on the right now. We have Elliot Beer. No, that is not Elliot Beer. I know that for sure. Oh no, we've got, sorry, this is the Youth A males. So this is Aidan Edwards from South Australia, as you can tell. Again, another South Australia from this anonymous lead climbing gym.
Yeah.
Lucy,
nice bit of symmetry on the wall there.
Lucy's another home gym climber from Urban Climb. Oh. Not quite the commitment there to just miss that hold.
Yeah.
Good effort from her either way.
But both of those climbers on the wall just now fell on moves that have knocked a lot of people off so far.
Yeah, that move has been quite troublesome for a lot of people, hasn't it, on that red route?
Definitely. And that purple section on the Youth A male route. All right, now we've got Elliot on the Youth B male route. A Victorian state team climber.
I've just spotted Ryan Lindsay, and I'm not sure if he would be interested in me walking over to him and trying to get him on the on the broadcast. What do you think?
We can try. Oh yeah, I can see him now too. Actually, I see a gaggle of route setters over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You reckon I should try and pick one of them out?
Yeah, go and pick on one of them.
What do you think? I'm not going to force anyone, so don't get your
No.
hopes up, everybody.
We can
but
see Ryan, Zach, Joe. Oh, we have a climber on that terrible Jiltex.
He's actually
Slow
progressing a
bar.
little further than we've
He
seen.
looks a lot
Oh,
higher
there we
on
go.
it. Nice.
He would be in first position now.
Gets the pocket. So we haven't seen anyone climb this section of the route yet.
No.
That's super exciting.
So this is a Queensland climber. Otto Chan. And in the Youth B, we've still got Elliot Beer on the route.
Elliot about to go for that sloper. Nice.
Oh, massive cut from Elliot. Oh, no.
Almost stuck it.
He seemed to have got that one in a bit of a weird position
Yeah.
there. So now we just got Otto on the wall. That is a high point. You can't be too disappointed about that. Doesn't look too stoked either, though. Maybe he doesn't understand where he's placed. That is a
Potentially.
definitive third place because we have 3 more people to come through that category.
Yeah.
So Otto has definitively earned himself a medal. But we don't know what he's after here. So that might not be the thing that he's going for. We have a Tasmanian climber in the Youth A side of things. This is Sebastian Fern. I believe that's his last name. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And we've got Zoya on the route to the left of him, Youth A female climber. I believe she climbs at Cliffhanger from a recent conversation with her.
Yep. Zoya is a cliffhanger climber, and apparently she likes slabs, so...
Glad I got that one right.
Sorry, Zoya. No slab here.
Unless you reach the head wall, it gets close. It gets close to slab.
Yeah, that's true. The very, very top section
But we
is
haven't
at
seen that
least
get climbed yet.
vertical-ish. We just had our Youth A male come off the wall. Again, that purple section seems to be catching a lot of people out. Zoya still looking pretty good.
For sure. In conversation with Zoya, she's quite a calm and collected character.
Nice.
Very relaxed. I belayed her recently at one of the state training camps. Very cool person to meet. We've got Joshua on the Youth C male climb and Renee Matias on the Youth B male. Renee was the one I was talking about. He just needs to outrun pump rather than...
Yeah.
Because he's done no lead training for this event so far, but classically a very good boulderer, so hopefully that can kick in for him.
I've at least seen him in the lead gym a couple of times in the past month or so, but he doesn't seem that happy to be here.
He's here and he's often in the bouldering area.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got him on lead a couple of times to just get him used to the falling, but yeah, doesn't really want to actually work on routes. I have a lot of empathy for people like that.
See if he warms up to it. He's doing pretty well so far, so...
Zoya,
Ooh.
I was just about to say, Zoya's up to that move we've seen a fair few climbers fall off of.
Doesn't quite stick it. Joshua coming up to the notorious big yellow Dual-Tex hold.
It's very hard to tell how much energy Renee has right now.
Yeah.
Because these moves for him generally would not provide that difficult.
Yep.
If they were on a bouldering area.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's not a lead climber, so
like every single move is probably well within his capacity. It's just a matter of does he have the gas in the tank to actually do the move.
He's already doing some micro shakes.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's not looking super comfortable right now, but we will see what happens.
We've just had Joshua come off the Youth C route. Looked like he was at that yellow hold.
Renee often likes to emulate pro climbers. He has a lot of idols.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's very pumped. Right now,
yeah.
he said that he was going to try and channel Keenan Takahashi, who just likes to try really hard, he says.
Nice.
And you can kind of tell Renee's getting into fight mode here. He's absolutely switching it on, isn't he?
He's fighting all right.
He's fighting.
Oh, come on, Renee. He's thinking about going for that next pinch.
Yeah, I think he just needs to keep going,
that's
to
nice.
be honest. Yeah.
Good choice.
He also says he just chooses not to think about how high up he is.
Okay, that's an interesting tactic.
He continues.
Just don't think about it.
Yeah, just don't think about it.
All right, try that next time.
Oh, he is so pumped. He's
Come
so
on, Renee.
pumped. Wow, it's great to watch, isn't it?
Oh, he just let go. Didn't even go for the plus. He's just didn't have anything left.
He would be in first position now for the boys.
I think so.
There you go. That's what happens when a boulderer gets on a lead route.
Didn't do a bad job.
He looks pretty happy with that. I think he had a bit of fun there.
Yeah. Did some moves, tried some things.
Yeah.
Looked pretty
We've
good.
just been trying to encourage Renee to just get himself into novel situations because anything that challenges you will be something that he can learn from.
Yeah.
And whether he's a lead climber or not, it's so good for him to be jumping on the lead wall.
Definitely.
And just learning what he can.
There's plenty
every
of transferable
situation.
skills between lead climbing and
100%.
bouldering, so yeah, it goes both ways.
So we've got, is it Lucy on the left?
No, we've got Indy.
Indy, sorry. And we've got Lucas Arantes on the right. Lucas, this is his home gym as well, so he's practiced here a fair bit.
Yep. The Indy, she always competes in every single comp, but I think probably more of a boulderer. She's a Northside Boulders regular.
Yeah.
And she came first at the 2024 Youth Boulder State Comp, so she's a contender. I mean, she's qualified here in second place.
Probably looking to get double first positions, right?
Absolutely. Looking good so far.
Lucas has made it past that difficult position and he just comes off there. But that is past a fair few of the climbers, so we'll see where that ranks him in the end.
Yeah, quite a few of the climbers that got up to that section, they didn't manage to get that clip that he got. So I didn't see where he fell, but I'm guessing if he was potentially a little bit higher. Indy's still looking comfy, taking a rest.
I apologise.
Alright,
We actually have
big
one
move
more
to the
on
pocket.
UP as well.
Nails it. So such like a powerful and dynamic move to that type of hold. You have to be so precise.
For sure, for
If you
sure.
miss that, you're gone.
We've seen people not being able to figure that sequence out. We've seen people figure it out and then not have the precision.
Yep.
Seen people figure it out and not have the power as well on the
Yep.
undercling.
So a lot of things have to come together to actually nail that move. It's probably a lot
Absolutely.
more difficult than it looks.
Indy is quite slow in her lead climbing a lot of the time. I think she likes to feel very composed while she's climbing. Even that jump looked quite slow.
You can definitely kind of see her thinking while she's climbing.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's fighting for it, getting a few power screams in.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Love it.
Awesome technique on those moves. Even though she's fighting, she seems to just piece it together very
Yeah.
well. Here we go. We haven't seen anyone get past this move, but Lucy does. I mean, sorry, not Lucy, Indy.
Really made that slopey pinch look like easy work. Like she's fighting, but
Whoa.
oh,
So much power there. She would be in first position for that performance.
yep. And that last hold that she was going to, that would have been crazy if she got that, because that is a tiny crimp and she was so pumped.
We have one more climber to come out after Indy, and that is Maya Stasic, and she is a World Cup competitor, so it'll be super interesting to see her climb this route.
Yep. We haven't seen Maya compete locally for a little while, so good to see her back in the game. She came...
So we've got Silas on this route, and we've got Isaac on this yellow slug again. We'll see what he can do about this thing as he just slips off.
Such a hard move.
So Silas qualified in first for the Youth B males. Seems to cruise a lot of these moves, hey?
Absolutely. Silas fighting for it.
Silas is coming up to that top point that Renee made.
Ooh, getting a knee bar in?
Yeah, he's got a lot of tech, doesn't he?
Nice.
He just keeps figuring things out.
Yeah.
Here we go, big move to come up here. Has he got the power as he falls off?
No.
Very much a composed lead climber he was. Very technical to watch, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we have Jimmy Smirk and Maya Stasic coming up. Both competitors have been on the world stage before.
Yep.
Maya in an open capacity. Jimmy's looking to crack that barrier open in the future. He's competed in the World Youth Championships a few times
See
before.
Maya getting on the wall in the background there, Jimmy composing himself. Here's some fun facts about Jimmy. His favourite climbing style is whatever Angus says. His home gym is Urban Climb.
What's that?
His biggest climbing achievement? Climbing with Angus.
Oh,
Fun
that's
fact,
lovely. I didn't
he's
read
friends
that
with
one.
Angus. His favourite hobby? Wisdom with Angus.
Wait, what was his favourite hobby? Wisdom with Angus. Oh, that's lovely. We had a chat.
I looked
before
away
the
for 2 seconds and Maya is almost halfway up the wall.
Yeah,
so
honestly.
crushing.
Lots of tape on Maya.
Lots of tape. Let's hope none of it's too serious. Maya came 7th in bouldering at the Youth World Championships last year. That's a massive achievement.
Absolutely massive. We don't
That's
see many
one
Aussies
place out of
getting there.
finals. And she is the 2024 lead and boulder continental champion.
Yeah. It's very exciting when you see these people on the wall, especially Maya.
Yep.
It's almost like a celebrity, right?
She's got something special for sure, so keep an eye on her.
So we've got Jimmy progressing into this pocket section here. Maya moving through these slugs. She's getting pretty close to Indy's high point as Jimmy cuts loose as he loves doing.
See him breathing through some of those moves, but still looking really good.
Jimmy choosing to use a lot of power in that section right there, but he's a very strong lead climber.
Maya looking really good, taking a nice rest there.
Yeah, Maya's getting very close to that high point set by Indy.
Oh, and she just reaches up and grabs that pinch like it's nothing.
As we have Jimmy come off the wall there. We've got Maya cruising through this section.
Maybe we'll get a top.
A little bit of shakes going on from her. She might be a little bit pumped, but she's still climbing very cleanly.
Looking super composed.
Wow, well, she's certainly gone past the high point, but she would not be happy with anything other than a top
No,
here,
she
would
wants
she?
a top for
No.
sure. Yeah,
Has nothing to do with the other
absolutely.
competitors almost.
And I
for
really
Maya.
want to see this move.
Yeah, this is very committing.
Oh!
Wow. That was great. It's like the set has set that just for her.
Beautiful top from Maya.
Amazing stuff.
She's going to be super stoked with that.
And that is the final competitor to come off the wall.
Definitely looks happy.
Yeah. And that was quite an exciting last two for the...
Yeah, that was really
the
cool.
crowd was quite hyped up, weren't they?
Yeah.
Great to
Yeah,
watch.
the crowd's been loving it.
Yeah, crowd has been loving it. We've had Andrew and Ange on emceeing tonight, and they've done a wonderful job, haven't they?
They have.
Sometimes the energy they've been providing is so high, I just stop talking.
Yes.
And I expect it to be on the live stream, but it's not.
If we go quiet, it's probably because we can't hear ourselves or each other.
Yeah, or ourselves think,
Yeah.
really.
There's
The crowd's
Andrew
been
on screen,
great.
one of our MCs.
Honestly, as far as an event goes, I really want to commend everybody that was involved here because I don't know if I'm going overboard, but this is one of the best lead state events I've seen,
Yep.
if not even on a national level, in terms of the way it's been run,
Absolutely.
the way they've advertised their sponsorships, the way that the setting has been done, the hold type, the excitement, the crowd has been large.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
we've had
pretty over
an
the moon.
amazing audience here all day. The
Absolutely.
gym has been literally packed with spectators all
Yeah.
day.
It's been so exciting to
Yep.
watch.
Well, we're a professional sport now. We're in the Olympics and
There
the
we go.
Paralympics.
We also just want to say a massive thank you to the volunteers again. Without them, these events just would not run as smoothly, or if at all. As we said before, the volunteer group, it's a lot of similar people that come every time, but we seem to see every time a new volunteer comes on, we seem to see them at multiple events. They
Yep.
never regret coming. It's a great community, especially in the volunteer space. We're always like spending time up there when we have our free time, meeting new people. As we said, there's been pizza.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to beat.
Maybe that's why they keep coming back.
And this time 2 rounds of pizza, as I said. But anyway, I just keep going on about the pizza. But the spread today's been pretty good. I mean, yeah, I would say that the food makes me quite excited about this position as well. But the
Well, yeah, I've
camaraderie,
been
I
getting
think-
a lot of nice food deliveries because the food is up a flight of stairs and I'm not
Yeah.
doing stairs so well
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
So
And guess who's
shout
been
out-
doing that?
yeah,
The volunteers.
exactly. The volunteers have been running up and down for me, refilling my water bottle, bringing me snacks. So yeah, shout out to all the volunteers. You guys are the best.
Absolutely. I also want to give a massive shout out to Alex, who has been our event organizer, and Dean, who is our current president. We're just going to hear a word from our sponsors. Volunteers. Stay tuned as podiums will be coming up soon.
Been volunteering for the last 6 years.
I've been volunteering for about 10 years, so there's lots of roles I've had.
I tend to volunteer as a role of a judge or just any other roles that need to be done.
Yeah, so generally first aid and physiotherapy, otherwise sometimes general dog sporting.
I've done a bit of ISO stewarding, looking after the kids before they go into their final climbs, making sure that they've got everything they need. Seeing kids at their first comp and they're so excited and like nervous, but and they're also supportive of each other. It's really nice to see.
I started off just being around and being an usher, helping with timing, being assistant judge, but now, yeah, belaying's my favourite role.
We need the volunteers to kind of just be seamlessly float in and out and help us execute it as best as possible.
Just, yeah, getting used to that comp vibe and settling in and doing your job well.
Whether it's a timer or just a isolation manager, whatever it happens to be, I'll be there just to help out and make sure everything goes smoothly.
Judging at a climbing competition is a learning curve, but there's excellent resources to help and also help with other volunteers that are more experienced than you in most cases.
As an athlete, it teaches me the things that I should be looking out for myself when I'm actually competing.
Oh, it's such an exciting day. Yeah, turning up and meeting all the new people, finding out your role and where you're going to be.
Dean will run around, bring snacks to you. That's fantastic.
Usually it's a bit of like social catch up with all your friends that you see at these competitions.
The things I enjoy most about volunteering is probably the people that you get to meet.
I enjoy that there's that whole social community around the volunteering part.
I love the friendships that I've got from volunteering. I've got some friends that I've had for over 10 years now.
I just enjoy being in the thick of it, I guess. Like the comps are so much fun and just the vibe and the enthusiasm and yeah, just feeling like you're a part of something.
You know, and you meet coaches, you meet route setters, you meet a huge cross-section of an industry that is still growing.
And I love that we can take this to another level, so you can do your state volunteering, but you can go right through the IFSC on that World Cup level, which would be amazing.
All the events I've done have been like really excellent experiences.
It's a way that I can really contribute with my skill set, so I can give back to the community and use my skills to the best of my ability.
I think the big thing for me when it comes to volunteering is giving back to the sport that gives me so much.
are we and what do we do? We study walls, we train, we dance, we climb, we fall, we laugh, we fall, we celebrate. No matter how small or tall the wall is, we all live and breathe this process. How are we able to keep trying again and again? Because of you. We gain courage, psych, and energy from the people around us that empowers us to be better. This is who we are, and this is what we do.
Adaptive Climbing Victoria is a group that was formed originally under Sport Climbing Victoria to promote adaptive climbing, to give opportunities to people with disability to participate in climbing, and to advocate for paraclimbing with gyms, with outdoor agencies, and through competitions.
Climbing's for everybody, like anyone who is a mover can climb. Because there's no one way to climb, it's freeform, you can do it however suits you best.
There is a specific dopamine, I guess, that comes from, like, I think a lot of people with disabilities, you don't often get to be in the from the perspective of like being up really high and being able to look down, but you're often looking up. So like that's a really unique perspective that you don't really get a lot of the time.
So being a below knee amputee, I guess, you know, feel a little bit wobbly sometimes on the ground, and walking is sometimes really difficult, but being able to move with my entire body, it's a really kind of freeing experience for me. I just love the movement of it.
I got into paraclimbing through a friend. I met everyone in the para community and I just got hooked.
A friend of mine said to me one day, "Hey, will you come climbing with me?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, it sounds hard." She was like, "What if we get cake after?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll come." So I went, I came down, couldn't feel my arms. She was like, "This is great, let's do that again." And then it just became like a regular part of my, I guess, personality.
I love the physical aspect of climbing. It's just really, really fun.
Adaptive climbing more often refers to, it's more of an umbrella term for any sort of rock climbing for people with disabilities, and paraclimbing is often used more specifically to refer to the competitive sport.
Internationally, we've just hit the Paralympics, so there will be paraclimbing at LA 2028, which is very exciting.
My goals for climbing is just competing at World Cups. I've already done 2 World Cups and I'm aiming for silver or gold next.
More locally, there are national events and state events as well. So plenty of comps for everybody. So Adaptive Climbing Victoria run quarterly come and try days, and anyone's welcome. And we also run casual Mondays. So if people just want to go for a climb and have been before and are keen to continue with that, we're aiming to give them the opportunity more frequently.
So if anyone's looking for more information on paraclimbing and adaptive climbing, it's pretty easy. Obviously, you come to Adaptive Climbing Victoria. We're on social, so you can look us up on Facebook with Adaptive Climbing Victoria. Instagram is @Adaptive Climbing Vic.
Or the Sport Climbing Victoria website has our webpage, and they're also very welcome to email.
Climbing is fun, even if you're not very good at it. It's fun to just try. It's fun to fall off. So I think it's really great for everybody to try.
So Sarah, by that video, you have experience working with Adaptive Climbing Victoria. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I was first introduced to them, I think, back in 2019. I think they were established around that point, maybe the year before. Technically a subcommittee of Sport Climbing Victoria, so super connected to everything that SCV are doing. You can see from that video package that climbing is truly an all-ability sport. We can really get anybody up the wall. And those come and try days that you saw in that video, they're such just really soul-fulfilling events. We have people coming in who have never tried anything like rock climbing before, potentially, don't have any idea of their capacity on a climbing wall. And to see those people actually getting up the wall and the fulfillment that they get out of it, it's so awesome to see.
And so, I'm not sure quite what was in the video package before, but if someone were to look to get into and come along to one of the come and try days, what can they do?
Definitely come and follow us on social media, because that's where we post about our come and try days first. So both Facebook and Instagram, we're Adaptive Climbing Victoria, or I think the username is Adaptive Climbing Vic from memory. So yeah, come and have a chat to us. You can send us a message if you've got any questions. Shoot us an email at adaptive@sportclimbingvictoria as well if you want to have a chat.
So does it run at a few different gyms around Victoria?
Yeah, so at the moment ACV are running events primarily out of Cliffhanger and Urban Climb Blackburn, so this gym. Super keen to get ACV events at all rock climbing gyms Victoria-wide, so if neither of those gyms works for you and you want to come to an ACV event, let us know where you are. Let us know what your closest rock climbing gym is, and we can see if we can work with them.
So I'd be right in saying that it's very much a developing project, and you guys are trying to expand as much as possible.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in adaptive climbing at the moment, especially since we became a Paralympic sport towards the end of last year. We honestly have more interest in these events than we have capacity to run. So we're also always looking for volunteers, for people who want to join the board. Please get in touch with us if you want to help us run these events, because we'd love to do more.
So we're going to get some leaderboards up now. So here we've got our Youth C females here. In first place, we've got Danielle Thea. In second place, we have Lily. Third place, Lucy. Fourth place, Marley. Fifth place, Sabine. Sixth place, Lena. Seventh place, Jemima. And eighth place, Izzy.
I can tell you're tired because you just went from 6 to 4.
Yeah, whoops. So that was the kids on the yellow and black route right there. So now we've got a UC male.
So first place we've got Otto, second Joshua, third place Lucas, fourth place Josiah, fifth place Isaac, sixth place Ben, seventh place Billy, and eighth we've got Jed. Good job.
So we're looking at Youth B male in a moment. So we've got our Youth B male results up. In first place we have Renee Matias. In second place Nick Ray. Third place Hudson. Fourth place Silas. Fifth place Ryder. Sixth place Elliot. Seventh place Blake. Eighth place Ashwin. And ninth place Alex.
And Renee with a pretty impressive lead. Like, his score is very good, well above the rest.
Shows that Boulderers can lead climb.
That's true. We've got our junior male scoreboard up. We've got Kyle, Connor, Lachlan, our podium. And then fourth place Harper. Then we've got Noah and Noah. We've got two Noahs, Carl and James. Good job.
So for our junior females, we had Kira Larson in first place, Charlotte Hogan in second, Justina Chan in third. Phoebe and Stella round out the 5 competitors.
Well done, Justina, the speed climber, getting on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. I was talking to Justina before, and she was saying that she was happy that she wasn't coming last. So super impressive.
She got a medal.
Yep.
So we're just awaiting on the podiums. We'll go through our A competitors in a moment. So for our Youth A female, we have Maya, Indy, and Lucy for the podium. Tess in 4th place, Lucy Armstrong in 5th, Zoya, and then we have Micaiah and Annie McDonnell.
And our Youth A male podium is Jimmy, Lucas, and Leo. And then we've got Aiden, Jasper, Sebastian, Jordan, and Hamish twice, apparently.
I've just got to say I'm very proud of Lucas. He was very nervous about this event coming in, and today, as soon as he came up to me, he said, "I feel really good today, Angus."
Oh, that's so nice.
And there you go, he came second.
That's awesome. That was such a hard route.
Absolutely. Just so you know, we're talking a little bit quieter because they're announcing the podiums now, and everyone in the gym is silent.
We don't have to yell at each other anymore.
No. So this is Dean, by the way. This is our president of SCV. He's done a ripping job since taking over, hasn't he?
Yep. He's super passionate about competition climbing, and the events that he's run so far have been really fantastic.
And he's Noah's dad. You can see the resemblance in the big curly hair. So you get to see the kids on the podium now. So here we have Justina for the youth juniors in 3rd place, as we mentioned before. Then we've got Charlie coming up for 2nd place. First group in the first 4 kids I ever coached.
Nice.
As I mentioned, working at industry now, I believe, as a setter. And then we've got Kira on the top of the podium there.
All right, so junior male podium, we got Lachlan in 3rd place.
I really liked watching his climbing.
It was super impressive.
Very clean.
It was really good. Shout out to our sponsors for providing the climbers today with some prizes. It's nice to see people go away with a little something.
But the experience is all that matters, right? Probably shouldn't say that.
Sometimes there's no prizes, even at World Cups.
So Connor from, I believe it was ACT, yeah. Seen him around a lot lately. And we've got a Queenslandian in 1st place. So I believe that means Lachlan just won his first lead comp.
Yeah, so Lachlan is going to get the state title because he's the only Victorian on the event podium. So here are the state champions for the junior male. Noah Hutchins in third place.
Here we go. We have his son coming up for third place. As I mentioned, the hair similarities.
Aw, cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
Aw.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Love it.
Noah's taken over some of the coaching from Bayside Rock after I moved.
Nice.
A lot of faith that he'll create a great program in the future. Here's Harper in second place.
Yeah, Lachlan back on the podium in first place for the state title.
He would be so stoked about this, I reckon.
So good.
So stoked. Yeah, look at that smile. He's very happy.
Aw.
So we've got Lucy in third place. And we've got Indiana for second place. And Maya in first position for the Youth A females, rounding out the podium there. This is the state and event podium for this category.
So Youth A male podium, third place. We've got Leo.
An urban climber.
Nice. Looks like we've got a full Victorian podium, so combined podium for state and event for this one as well.
Does it make you feel a bit more patriotic when it's all Victorian?
Oh, not really.
No?
No.
And we've got Lucas in that second position there. I reckon he's going to be smiling.
I'm sure as a state youth coach, you'd feel pretty stoked, though, to see a stacked Victorian podium.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see when Nationals rolls around.
Yeah.
We'll see how it's going. And we've got Jimmy to round out the podium. I think that was Mika screaming out for Jimmy.
So cute.
And they all looked like they wanted to get their arms around each other, but they didn't. Boys, am I right?
I know.
So we've got Laura in third place for the event podium for Youth C females. Now we did run a Youth D category today, but their event, their podiums have already been announced a bit earlier in the day, as they did not have a finals. Instead, they had 4 routes that they competed on. So we've got Jamie in second place. And then we have Ravleen to round out the podium in first position.
Definitely saw some beautiful climbing from Ravleen today.
Absolutely, it was awesome. We might have a missing competitor here for third place.
It's been a long day. Maybe they got hungry.
Yeah. So just while the podiums are running, we're going to have a quick chat about how these athletes move through the circuit up into the top levels and into the international level. So anyone who's on the podium now, where do they go from here, Sarah?
So at this point, if you podium at a state level event, you should receive an invitation to compete in nationals. Things have been pretty different over the past few years, though, because we've had, I guess, through COVID especially, not a lot of competitions happening.
No.
And the rules have changed recently as well. So the youth categories, the ages have all shifted.
Yes.
So how does that work now?
With the youth categories?
Yeah.
So essentially, to gain the world stage for these competitors, they have to come either first or second in their national event after qualifying for it through this event. Once they qualify for nationals, if they qualify for worlds, they're then split into, essentially they only do Youth B and Youth A categories these days on a world stage. I believe Youth A now, and I may be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it's either under 19s or under 20s, and Youth B is just under 17s.
Yep.
So we've just got the two categories now. It used to be Junior, Youth A, Youth B. Youth Cs don't get a chance to compete on the world stage. And yeah, they kind of treat those like a World Cup. And here we've got our Youth B event podium here. So in terms of competing on the world stage in an open, can you talk us through that process?
Maybe. Well, from my understanding, at least between youth and open, they've changed the age limits to try and create a little bit more separation between youth and open comps. That's right? Yeah. So we're having, I suppose, less climbers competing in open World Cups that are also eligible for youth.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit more separation there. In terms of making, the Australian national team and gaining access to those competitions, you do need to podium at nationals. That's not necessarily all, though. There's a very, very complex selection process. All of these documents are also available on the Sport Climbing Australia website if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty. But essentially, they're looking for people podiuming at nationals. In some cases, depending on team quotas, that might be choosing only the person that comes first.
Yeah.
That is the case, I know, for paraclimbing.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you can gain access to the national team, but that also doesn't necessarily mean that you automatically get to compete at World Cups. You also then need to be selected to be a part of essentially the traveling team.
Yeah.
So there is kind of a national team that represents Australia, can compete at World Cups, is invited to all the training camps, but then there's another selection process for competing at World Cups, World Championships. So essentially we're sending people that are going to be competitive at that level.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe from all I really know is especially for the open teams, it's like first place at nationals just get free reign over any comps they want to choose.
Yeah,
and then it goes down the order from there, doesn't it?
Exactly. So if you're the top ranking athlete on the team, you get to pick which World Cups you go to. And if there are quota places available for the like those World Cups, then other athletes can be selected as well. Essentially, it goes down the rank order. If the top ranking athletes don't want to compete at a certain World Cup, then those places are open to athletes that are ranked below them.
Yeah. It's very funny talking about this while we've got a bunch of 11-year-olds jumping on the podium. But maybe one of these people you'll see at that level one day.
Yeah, absolutely. But nothing they have to stress about right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's great that we've held on to doing like Youth C and Youth D comps, especially because it's not competed at a world level. I think a lot of sports tend to suffer from going too much focused on the elite level and they forget the grassroots. And even if you want to focus on the elite level, the grassroots is where it starts. None of these climbers started when they were, 18.
Yeah, exactly.
They all started down there.
We're trying to get those Youth C and Youth D climbers really engaged with the competition scene to get them some competition skills and experience. And even though they're not necessarily competing at a level that is, competing at a world level, and some of them not competing necessarily in a discipline that you see at a world level. So for, Youth C and D, it's both on top rope, right?
I believe so, yeah. At Nationals, Youth C does do lead, though, I believe.
Yep. But they're getting so much experience being here, and competition route setting is nothing like commercial route setting. So they really do need to come to these comps and try out this different style to get that experience and honestly just see if they like it.
Yeah. I also just want to say, so this comp has had the biggest sign-ups we've ever seen for a lead competition, I believe, in Australia at a state level. So, yeah, massive shout out to the organisers for managing to get that amount of people. It's really reflected in the energy today. Obviously, all the parents have stayed around, friends of the climbers have stayed around. Yeah, I've just never seen such an energetic crowd for a state youth event, to be honest.
It's honestly extra impressive for lead as well, because I just feel like it's not the most popular discipline at the moment. Like, the boulder comps are always pumping, but it seems to be a little bit harder to get the youth climbers engaged with lead.
And I certainly think Urban has had a part to play in that, in the way that they have curated their space for this event as well. I think the grandness of the walls have made large impact on especially my viewing experience as a coach from the sidelines. And I guess everybody watching, it's been really great to watch. The hold sets have been amazing, and I guess the entire spectacle for me has been really, really, really enjoyable. Despite all the stress of the day, I think it's been an overall positive experience.
Yeah, it's been amazing. This is such a great gym. This is one of my home gyms, so I obviously have a soft spot for it. And you coach here, so you probably have a bit of a soft spot
Surprisingly, don't climb
too.
here super often, but I have a soft spot for every gym, really. Everywhere feels a bit like
gyms.
home. Hey? Yeah,
for sure.
Every gym has something that they're kind of known for, and definitely has their own sort of curation in their community and what the culture they create. And I think this gym has created a great space for what we've just seen today.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is just something about climbing gyms. I travel a lot for climbing, and whenever I don't know what to do with myself overseas, even if I just need to get on some Wi-Fi or get a coffee, or I can't check into my hotel yet, I go to a climbing gym and I feel at home in every single one that I've been in all around the world.
I just want to point out on the screen right now we have Jenny, Kathy, Alex, Yvette and Dean. These are all people who are big players in sport climbing Victoria, and these events would not happen without them. We've got Alex, the event organizer, Kathy's part of the board.
Yvette is the long-time secretary of SCV.
Jenny's also a high ranking position on the board there. I don't know if that was intentional that they were all on the screen at the one moment, but yeah, they would all be the most involved people in this event running.
100%, yeah.
All there in one spot. So yeah, they get their moment of fame here. I think Alex would be extremely tired being the organizer. He's been in contact with Urban Climb for
absolutely.
A long period before this comp actually happened. I've seen him in and out of here. I've seen the managers having calls with him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a big process for him, I think. I think he'd be relieved that this is now finishing up.
He sent me a lot of messages and a lot of people chasing me saying, Sarah, do you want to do commentary? Can you please respond? I made it eventually.
So we're just going to do a quick shout out to our sponsors one more time. So for our media sponsors, we had Bird Dog, who provided our PTZ cameras, tracking the climbers as they moved up the wall. We have Red, which is our cinematic cameras, which were used by our camera operators. They've been super clear all night, as you've noticed. We've got Angelbird and Netgear, which were our technology sponsors. In our platinum position, we have the gear company La Sportiva, who will be sponsoring our events all throughout the year. In our gold position, we have Stax, who we used a bunch of their holds on the wall today, and Bogong, who has provided a plethora of prizes. In our silver position, we have Happy Beaner, which is a gear shop. Cliff, feeding our volunteers and fueling your adventure. 5 Foot Shop, which is a clothing brand in Melbourne. And in our bronze position, we have Chalk Up Climbing Gems, Tension Grips, and Urban Climb. I would also like to thank all the sponsors that have come today. We've said many times that the events cannot run without them, and that we urge everyone to give it a go one day. It's a great experience getting involved with these events, and we urge everyone to try and get involved. But that's it from us.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the climbing.
I hope you enjoyed our commentary.
I hope you enjoyed Mika.
Yeah, we always enjoy Mika.
He had a lot of fun. He was begging to come back the entire time. We just couldn't squeeze him in, unfortunately.
And a massive thanks to the media team as well, who do this all for free.
Absolutely.
All the camera operators, all the people behind the desk, making sure that this is possible.
Yep.
And I think if you see Mariah down there, she's calling me to come over for a photo with the urban kids. So I better go. We're going to sign off now. And thanks everybody for watching.
See you next time. Bye.